Good day, everyone, and welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. I'm Anne Ouspenskaya, and I'll be hosting today's very exciting program for you. This is a part of Music and Musicians Around the Globe daily show. For these shows, we invite musicians, performers, educators, publishers, music managers, artist managers, and many others involved in the performing arts field to share their insights, to help musicians and everyone navigate today's quite frankly very confusing world of music performance and music composition. And so today I'm very excited to have this show and to hear the music composed by the rising French composer Anne de Boysson, and to interview her. She's in our studio straight from France, and all of this is happening with the purpose to serve musicians and music lovers out there in the entire world by providing performances and music that is live, and it will inspire everyone to participate in the live music events and to bring valuable inspiration to all of our audiences. Why do we do that? Because we are very passionate about connecting musicians and audiences in real time, musical performances and events brought to you from the entire globe. Our seasons are filled with events, both virtual, online, live-streamed events, and the ones in the actual physical concert halls. And this show is a daily Music and Musicians Around the Globe show, but we also broadcast many events from various venues, including a whole season at the Carnegie Hall, seasons with various orchestras around the world. So let's just take a quick look at what this season holds. An exciting season, so many events for everyone of different ages, different instruments, different fields, genres, from all countries around the world, and of all walks. And we work with a lot of composers. There's so much talent out there. The music you heard accompanying this little trailer is composed by our own composer in residence, Laureate. So composers out there, get in touch with us. We love working with you, and today's program is dedicated to wonderful French composer Anne de Boysson. Check our websites, please, for upcoming concerts. In just a couple of weeks, we are starting to bring programs from Cairo in Egypt, and then followed by the concerts by Bohuslav Martinu Philharmonic from Czech Republic. And in Egypt, we're working together with a phenomenal orchestra which will be presenting a concert in the Cairo Opera House, Cairo Opera Orchestra. So let's see what that is about. our mission is to bring together the worldwide audiences and worldwide music organizations and musicians who are doing incredible work out there and presenting beautiful concerts. So it's time for me to introduce Anne de Boysson, our featured guest for today's program of music and musicians around the globe. After a childhood shaped by travels, Anne de Boysson quickly moved towards composition. She is a winner of the first prize at the International Competition Music and the Earth in composition in 2013. She received a state commission from France for a quintet for cellos as part of the commemoration of the centenary of the 1914 through 1918 World War. This piece was created in presence of more than 80 UNESCO ambassadors. And then she received another state commission from the Army Brass Band, who performed at the annual Gala Concert of the Land Forces 2018. She's a winner of numerous residencies, highlighting composers in France, Israel, Belgium. She had a chance to regularly be invited to festivals to participate in professional meetings as a jury member, and has composed music for some 50 audio-visual projects, including a feature film, The Taste of Apples is Red, and we will hear a clip of that music in our today's program. She won numerous awards and special mentions in many film festivals. And in 2021, she released her second album entitled Fusion. And again, we'll hear a little bit of a presentation from that album. These are all her own compositions. She also regularly performs in the recitals all over Europe and France, Switzerland, Germany, Sicilia, Sardinia, and many other countries as a pianist and a composer. And together with her fantastic sister, who is a violinist, and we'll hear some of their duo today as well. And just a week ago, I was privileged to hear Anne's fantastic composition, Metamorphose, performed no other stage but at Carnegie Hall, and it had a great success at Carnegie Hall, was received by the audience with great warmth and performed by a flutist from Austria and a harpist from Juilliard. Now, I would like to invite Anne to join me in the studio. Anne, it's a great pleasure to have you with us. Welcome. Thank you for taking time and joining us from France.
Thank you so much for this introduction, Anna. Thank you. I'm so excited to be there. It's so nice.
Wonderful. And I have so many questions which I want to ask you. As a very successful and very young composer, that's a dream come true for many people. So first of all, this was such a great success of your piece at the Carnegie Hall. I was there. The audience was on their toes the entire time. The performance was beautiful. I wanted to ask, why did you select this particular piece, the Metamorphose, to be performed at the Carnegie?
Oh, it's a good question. Actually, Metamorphose has a special history because it was a piece that was commissioned, ordered by the flutist Elisabeth Möst, who played at Carnegie Hall
I met her.
ago. Yeah, exactly.
She's a wonderful flutist and such a nice person. Fantastic. It was such a great pleasure.
Yeah, fantastic flutist. Yeah, we know now for quite 4 years. And yeah, so she commissioned this piece 2 years ago. And it was performed as a world premiere in a wonderful church in Austria. And this church was fantastic. Church, and I remember, with a fantastic stained glass. So it was in Salzburg. And composing this piece was a full joy to me, and very, very emotional experience. And with this piece, I try to explore different kind of sounds and different way of playing, as well with the flute as well as with the harp. And so yeah, when Elisabeth sent me a few months ago the flyer of the Progressive Musicians competition, it was absolutely obvious that I had to select this piece.
That's wonderful. I heard, yes, there are some new techniques of playing the flute and
Yeah.
the ensemble with harp, but I believe there's also like a program of the piece. It moves from one movement to
Yeah.
the next one. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it's actually constructed like a story, and you have the torment, the torture with some difficulties in the second movement, and the third movement is like the hope, the joy, and an inner dance in the feelings.
Fantastic. It was very interesting. The title really carries the story, and it was really good to
Yes.
have the title corresponding so closely with that piece so people could understand what the changes are about.
Yeah, exactly. And what I love is to tell a story and to fully when I compose, one of the main features of my own musical composition and words is to fully immerse in the experience of the atmosphere and ambience. So I like to enter in my own mood. I'm telling a story in my mind, and I'm just telling the story in my music,
And you sure do. And I want to congratulate you with your piece being selected for the performance at the Laureate's Gala Concert at Carnegie Hall. Because, the entire jury, I'm not part of the jury, but I know the results. The entire jury voted yes for your piece. There was not even one maybe in there.
Oh, that's so nice. And
Everyone
so nice
was
to
so
hear.
impressed with that composition. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I composed this piece with all my heart, and so it's really great to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were, but as a composer, you were also entered in the pool of candidates for the Adler and Adler Oaks
Oh, I didn't know
Audience
that.
Favorite Award. We don't have the results yet. We will be announcing them this Sunday. So
Okay.
stay tuned. You're in the pool of that, and the audience already made their vote. The voting is
Okay.
closed, so we'll find out. I can't wait to find out who won. Yeah. I want to show our audience a little clip of the
Yeah.
fusion where I believe you perform with
Yeah,
your sister.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Let's watch this clip.
Perfect.
fantastic piece.
Thank you.
And your ensemble with your sister is just incredible. I can see and I can hear how together on the same you're on the same mission. Can you tell us a bit more about this piece and why and how you composed it?
I actually created a recital with my sister. I definitely love my sister, and we have the chance to work together. And so I created a recital with my own composition, a bit half an hour of my composition, and fusion is one of the piece. And yes, it's an inner story, another inner story with a lot of joy, and it's the end of fusion is in 3 movements, and this is the 3rd movement. A bit like in Metamorphose, you know, with full of joy, like an explosion of joy.
It definitely has an explosion of energy there.
Yeah,
So
of
would you
energy.
say this is like a suite or more like a sonata for violin and piano? What's the genre?
I would say it's free. I would say so.
Free genre.
Yes, exactly.
That's very interesting. Your music is both, to me at least, both very free but also very structured. So you take
Yes.
the audience and you carry us through the unfolding story. And interesting how does that fit in maybe traditional formats, or how you do this composition, and how you decide about the presentation, the inner structure of each of the piece which you plan to compose.
The choice of the instruments is depend completely on what I want to express. The more important is what I want to express. And so sometimes I start in meditation, you know, before composing, because it helps me to enter in my own universe. And I'm thinking, yes, there are composition I composed completely when I was laid on the ground and just think to nature, to the cosmos, to the universe, and yes, the instruments with the specific sounds touch my heart in different ways. In Metamorphose, for instance, the combination between the flute and the harp, who are, you know, gentle sounds. For me, it was the joy, and in the same time, I wanted to try another kind of sound. I wanted to try the battle. I wanted to try, but for me, my way of composing is very free. I agree that there are a structure. There are a structure because I listen to my piece again and again in my head. So it's like, there is a line.
The storyline.
Yeah, the storyline. Yeah, the storyline helps me a lot to compose, actually.
So how do you prepare the storyline? Do you start with the storyline, or do you start by writing from the first note and go forward?
I start with and after I forgot the story. I start with a story, with a very specific story, you know. And after that, I just came into the mood of the piece, and completely, and I'm in my word.
How interesting! So you basically just switched to music language, like some
exactly.
bilingual people switch from French
Exactly.
to German and back.
Exactly.
Oh, that's very interesting. And I'm sure it's very interesting to other composers who are watching this program. And I want to invite everyone, please tune in to our programs and subscribe to our channels if you're interested to meet people like Anne. And of course, leave your comments. If you leave your comments during the live broadcast of the program, we'll be able to bring them on screen and offer our guests to respond and share their insights to whatever questions you might have. If you watch the program afterwards, you still can leave the comments, and we'll communicate that to our guests and ask them to comment back. So, but most important, click that button, subscribe, so you get notification when we are live again. And now I would like to offer you to watch a clip of another composition by Anne. The Taste of Apples is Red. That's a very intriguing title. So let's see what the music says. What a gorgeous and intriguing piece. Brava.
Thank you.
And beautiful. The title is very intriguing and the music is very mysterious. Can you please give us a little bit of insight behind the scenes of what this piece is about, how you composed it, and why?
Yeah, it's another part of my composition. I'm also a composer for films, and The Taste of Apples is Red is the name of the film. And yeah, I have got the chance to record with fabulous musicians for this feature film, Israeli feature film, 2 years ago, and I had the chance to get to have to win a competition, to win the music to win the music of a competition last year.
Why am I not surprised? You keep winning all the competitions.
No, but I definitely love to compose for films, because you enter into not only into your inner world, but into the inner world of a film, of a story, another kind of story, you know. And yes, I definitely love this that experience. I'm currently working on a Georgian film, completely other experience, with a specific specific music, Georgian music, and also with an animated series for children. And it's very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting because you are working in an animation feature film, with the picture. You are seeing the picture in the same time, creating at the same time, you know, and you are composing, and you are in a dialogue with the picture and the film. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
How interesting. I always wanted to know how the composers and the film directors approach that. So do you wait for the film to be complete as a picture and then you start composing, or do you go like
Yeah,
step
yeah,
and
it's a
step?
good question. I definitely love to start with the beginning, at the beginning, because we have time. We could talk with the director, with the producer, and we have time to create a world, and maybe with the editing, you can start composing. You have all your the time you want, and you send the music to the director, and so he can edit the film with my music. And it's very interesting because you have a good mix between the two, between the picture and between the music. But most of the time it's not possible, and we are arriving as a composer in a post-production, which is great also, but we have less time, really less time, and yeah, everything is going to, you have to be quick and to be efficient, and it's nice also, it's very nice, but it completely depends on the project you have.
Okay, so I assume it kind of cuts into your sense of freedom, because then you have, time stamp to time stamp. This is the time for this
Yeah.
kind of music, and this is the time for that kind of music, and
Yes,
that's
exactly, exactly, and
I
it's
get
very
it.
interesting to talk with the director when we want the music and why, because it's very important, and when we are just going to let the silence, because the silence is also the music.
That's
And
right.
you have to, it's very important to have silence in a film, for instance, or maybe just in a piece that could be performed at Carnegie Hall, because it's this silence who can highlight the music after.
That's right. Now, as a composer, are you also part of adding maybe ambient sounds, or even, like
Yeah,
whatever
also. Yeah,
soundtracks to
yeah.
the film?
Yes, yes, yes. And I think I love compose with real sound of the life. I remember short movies I composed 2 months ago. They were an accident, and I mixed with the violins the shock of the accident, and with the car and so on, and it makes a very specific sound that can't be recognized, exactly. We are listening to this piece of music, and we're wondering what is it exactly, behind the violin. And I think it's very interesting because it could make a link between the picture and the music.
Absolutely. And, every picture evokes memories
Yeah.
for people of what this picture might sound like in real life. So that's a very interesting idea, to mix the real life sounds, like you said, with the composed music. Wonderful. Excuse me. We have one more piece, which I would like to offer our audience to watch and enjoy, the Spiral. Now let me guess, was that your own performance?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
quite a
exactly.
pianist too.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank.
So what is this piece? Was it a commissioned or was it
No,
for
no, no,
film?
no.
For what is?
It was just live from my heart, and that's it.
So you, for a change, you composed that for your own self.
Yeah, just for myself.
Wonderful.
And I bring it into the light with a recital, of course. It's what I love actually. For me, music is a fantastic and emotional experience of sharing with other human beings. So it's not just for me, it's for other, of course. And that's the reason why I love giving recital so much, and recital of my own composition, because with my recitals, I can share with the public and tell them what I love, and explain to them how I compose and what are my inspirations. And for me, the concert is important, but also at the end of the concert, it's very important to see people, to share, with
To
people.
meet the actual people the real people who came
Yeah,
and
exactly.
appreciated your music.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So you're bridging the barrier, which used to be quite a tall stage barrier between the audience
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
celebrities on stage, and that I think
Yeah,
that's
for
been
me
a
it's
great
very
obstacle.
important. Yeah, exactly. For me, it's very, very important to share and at the end of the concert. And yes, I composed a lot. I composed for every instrument, and particular in cinema. But my instrument, my heart, is for the piano. It was of my best friend, you know.
Yeah, and let us know when you publish your piano pieces because they're so beautiful. I'm sure a lot of pianists and maybe piano teachers and students would like to, musicians always look for
Yes.
new music. There's nothing wrong with Clementi sonatinas, but we've heard maybe too much of the same. So, yeah, I know that musicians are always looking for new great compositions like yours, and there's so many pianists out there. Everyone would like to play it.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
thank you.
also want to ask you a little bit about the practical side of things. You're not I don't want to say just, you're a fabulous composer, but you're also a successful composer. And you're also a very young, successful, fabulous composer. And for a lot of people who really love music, love composition, it's always a difficult question of dedicating a lot of time to the profession and not knowing what, the practical outcome is going to be of it. So you get a lot of commissions and a lot of opportunities to make your music not only beautiful, not only yours, but also serve the purposes of collaboration, and hopefully you get paid for at least some of it, building your career. So I want to ask you how you do that, and what would you recommend to others who are maybe stepping on that path or considering that path, maybe possess a great talent, but people who want to know how to also manage their careers so that it is successful.
Yes, it's a very, very important question, and I would say, I think as a composer, it's important. It's very good to have more than one string in your bow, and that's why I'm a composer for the stage. I compose a lot with for my sister and I, and perform a lot. Because it's a way to share your music, to share your composition, to be recognized, and so on. I'm also a composer for films, as you understand, and it's another kind of way to be recognized. And yes, I think the most important thing is to meet people, to participate to composition also, because it's a very, very good way, like now it's a fantastic way to be recognized, to be seen, and this is important. If you are in your bedroom, nothing is going to happen. So it's very important to share your music and to be not shy with that. I remember when I was a kid, I started composing when I started the piano. For me, it was my way of talking, and and I was a bit shy. It was my secret garden at the beginning, and and now and now when I see the joy I can share and the joy it could be to listen my music, it just give me the energy to continue and so on. So yes, I mean, of course it's a difficult path, and you have to be patient, you have to be curious to always to be
Persistent?
to be resistant. Yeah, you're right, to be resistant
And persistent.
and persistent. It's very important to be persistent, because yes, I'm young, but I'm on the composition market for a long time, and I never give up, never. And it's very, very important, because but for that you have to be completely passionate with the composition. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you have to stop.
It's not worth it. The trouble is not worth it unless the passion
exactly.
carries you through.
Yeah.
What a wonderful advice to everyone. And you're so
Yes.
wise, and you're so experienced. And like you said, this is, I agree with every word you said. This is a great advice to everyone. Now, Anne, our time on the program is coming to the end. And I really appreciate you coming in with the great insights and with your wonderful music. It's a great pleasure and a privilege for me to meet you and to work with you. And I wish you tremendous success in the future, and a lot of inspiration and a lot of great music to be
Thank
out
you so much.
there.
Thank you so much. It was such a great pleasure to meet you, Anna.
Okay, we'll say goodbye to Anne, and I just want to remind everyone, thank you,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
that we have a lot more coming up in this season. This season just rolling with 80 miles an hour, and we have another deadline coming up, May 10th. Don't miss the deadline to apply for next season 24-25 at Carnegie Hall. We have called for composers to submit their scores, and we invite performers, instrumentalists and vocalists, and people who want to perform with orchestras. The next auditions are May 17 through 21. And then the next cycle of auditions, and this is going to be the last one for this season, June 14 through 17. And here we're auditioning and considering compositions for the next season at the Carnegie Hall, which will consist of 7 concerts, and we'll have 2 orchestras in there. So don't miss your chance to apply, be considered, and step on that wonderful stage. We also have, in the same dates, auditions for soloists and composers and vocalists and instrumentalists to apply to be featured soloists with orchestras around the world. The first season of Call Orchestra last season it was smaller. We only had one orchestra with 2 concerts. This season has grown to 4 orchestras in different countries, now performing the concerts and also doing the recordings. And the next season has in stock a lot more. It's just growing exponentially. Don't miss your opportunity and your chance to be in those auditions. Just like Anne said, be out there, put yourself out there, and get recognized. And also, for those who are watching and maybe interested in our other shows, every Thursday and Sunday we present Magnificent 9. Those are programs dedicated to Beethoven 9 symphonies. They are narrated. The scripts and the narration are done by Lawrence Rapchak, who is a fantastic composer, conductor, and musicologist, and worked with for many, many years with the Chicago Symphony, presenting over 400 pre-concert lectures for the Chicago Symphony. Now, in the past world, you had to live in Chicago or fly across the world to see the Chicago Symphony performance, and Lawrence Rapchak's fantastic engaging and very humorous and very insightful, of course, pre-lecture concerts. Now we produce those films together with the architects of music, and his understanding and an insight into the architecture and the inner workings of Beethoven's composition are on display. Everyone can see those. So on Thursdays and Sundays on Thursdays at 2 p.m. and on Sundays at 12 noon Eastern Standard, tune in. And if you missed any of them, everything is saved. You didn't really miss anything. You can go to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And you can see on the playlists the previous programs in there. And I also want to thank all the fantastic partners who help us with these productions and who support us with their energy, with their expertise, with their understanding and resources. Thank you, fantastic partners from all over the world. These are music organizations, educational organizations, various platforms, and these are run by people who are very dedicated to moving music forward and making closer connection with the audience and among the musicians. And we thank to many collaborations stream on 50 plus platforms and channels. Of course, we are on every major platform you can see on screen. If you missed us on Facebook, go to Vimeo or YouTube or Instagram or Twitch or Alignable. These are like major platforms, but we are also on more than 50 additional channels and curated platforms in different countries. So if you live in UK, you can go to Maestro Online. That's a UK platform, United Kingdom. If you live in Germany, you can see us on Common Time and so forth. And all of our programming on those platforms is absolutely free to the audience. We bring value and we bring engagement and excitement about music, because music really can enrich and make everyone's life so much better. And with that, I would like to thank our fantastic Virtual Concert Halls team. The Virtual Concert Halls has been created by musicians to serve musicians in the audience. So you see on screen, those are names of our producers, directors, designers, broadcast designers, hosts, and everyone on our team are also musicians, performers, educators, who put their heads together to bring these programs to you. And I want to give many thanks to Jennifer Wong, who behind the scenes is directing this program for you today. And now I want to thank Anne de Boysson one more time for being with me in this studio. This has been a great pleasure. And with this, we'll say goodbye, but not for very long. We'll see you tomorrow and Sunday and all the days afterwards. Thank you, Anne, for being with me.
Thank you.
Bye now.